Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jordan Arell, doing another daily video on circumcision trauma healing. So today I want to talk about basically something that I came up with the other day, actually during a video. Uh, Feeling is healing, which is basically the concept behind everything that I do, just in a very catchy soundbite way. So, but to get into what that means, it's really simply allowing yourself to feel whatever you feel around this issue, and consciously, with your attention going into that feeling and experiencing it more. And just taking time to do that repeatedly every day is great. You know, if you do it once or twice a week, that's fine too. But it's got to be repeated over a good amount of time, weeks or maybe even months. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's a relatively short amount of time, and you can get huge healing, because all the pain that's generated around circumcision trauma is really trying to escape from that reality. I mean, there's a very basic pain of, yeah, you had your genitals mutilated, amputated, and that's awful. Like, that's really, really one of the worst things that can happen. But what makes it worse is that we can't deal with it, we can't process it, and so we're constantly trying to resist it and escape from it. But it keeps on tormenting or torturing us, and the more we try to get away from it, the more it actually tortures us. And so we can go on for years being tortured by these painful emotions, all these thoughts and these things that we know about circumcision that we don't want to know, and we obsessively research it and think about it more and more, trying to somehow justify how it could make sense, or how it could be different, or what could, like, somehow gaining mastery over that knowledge makes us feel like we're making progress. But ultimately it's all just sort of the best way we know how to try to escape what we're feeling, and it doesn't work. You know, there's ways to provide temporary relief and to feel better, and to do activism, which may make you feel better, and lots of ways to sort of try to avoid this pain. But ultimately it's going to keep on being there in the background until you really just face it, and face it repeatedly until that becomes the habit, until it becomes normal to actually just experience what you're experiencing and feel it all the way. And that's why I say feeling is healing, because when you get to the point where habitually what comes up, you are able to actually face that emotion and experience it fully, then that is when you are able to start actually, you know, dealing with things that come up in a very intelligent way, in a logical way. You're no longer sort of triggered into this traumatic state, and things just get easier. It's like, it's still horrible, but it's not so horrible that you can't deal with it anymore. And if you keep on facing it more and more, it starts to not even feel that horrible anymore, even though you still really want to get the sexual pleasure back and prevent it from happening to other people because of the pain you have experienced around it. The reactivity goes away. The automatic, just like hearing about circumcision or thinking about it or something reminding you of it, and then reacting and being like, I gotta fucking stop this, this is horrible, like, I gotta get away from the situation, or I gotta say something, or I gotta whatever. Like, you'll still act intelligently, but it won't be like, I have to, and like this pain inside that is trying to somehow escape that feeling. It's actually coming from the intelligence that that feeling has to offer you. And ultimately, when we really feel our feelings, that's actually a way of accessing really our highest intelligence. Comes from emotional intelligence, and that's how we learn to deal with people. We learn to deal with our own activation, but that's not going to happen until you're willing to experience your feelings. And the way to do that I know of is to simply sit with it every day a little bit, and find those things in yourself that you're in pain around, and feel them. One more thing on this, as you're doing this, you can do it as slowly as you want to. So you can try to find the least triggering thing about it, the least painful thing, the easiest thing to deal with, and start with that aspect of it and feel that. You can make a list even, I recommend in one of my other videos, and of all the things around this that trigger you, and start at the very bottom of the list. Order them so that like the most painful, awful part of it's at the top, the least at the bottom, and start with the bottom and just feel into that and do these exercises with the least painful thing. If doing the upper ones is too painful, you can start it at any pace that you need to, do it a shorter amount of time. The point is that you just have to be repetitious and keep on doing it over time until it starts to get easy, and it only always gets easier. But it's just finding that motivation in yourself to do it, and if you're ready, then feeling your feelings and finding your healing. So without further ado, let's start today by simply dropping into your body a little bit. Again, a lot of healing also has to do with getting into your body, which is where your feelings are. So you can take some deep breaths. There's an inherent wisdom in you that knows how to heal you already. And so a big part of healing is also just getting in contact with yourself. Sort of resting, sort of slowing down, and feeling in that part of you that knows what you have to do, knows what feelings you have to face, knows how often you have to do it, what pace to go at. A lot of this is your own intelligence. I can also work with people one-on-one, but if you have money laying around to pay me. But if not, what I would tell you is really just trying to reflect back to you your own wisdom, getting in touch with your own, what do you need? And all these exercises try to cover all the bases of what you might need. But it all comes back to getting in touch with your breath, feeling your body, and then finding some feeling around circumcision. What is it that you want to work with today? So again, common topics are relationships with a significant other, with a parent, with other people, with society, with yourself, anyone that you're angry at, anyone that you're having a hard time because you can't talk to them or they don't understand you, and any of those negative, painful emotions, not feeling understood, feeling angry, whatever you feel towards. It could be envy of people who have a foreskin. Whatever you feel in a relationship that's upsetting to you is one area you can look at. Another is the simple fact of not having a foreskin, of what you're missing, of the fact that you're missing a lot of nerve endings and a lot of pleasure, that you are, not having the sensations that you're supposed to have, that you were evolved to have, having your glands keratinized and maybe uncomfortable, not being able to enjoy sex like you should. This also includes emotional pain, preventing you from enjoying sex. Could be emotional pain more generally, just feeling sad that you didn't have a choice, feeling bad about yourself in some way, and having negative self-image. Whatever feelings for you are most strong, you can again ask yourself, what am I upset about around circumcision that I most need to deal with? And then just give it a few seconds. And you should probably know what's constantly on your mind, what you're thinking about, what's the repetitive thought, or what's the most painful, sort of depressing emotion around it. Could just be a very general depression, could be rage, could be self-hatred or hatred of other people, or whatever it is. Start to let yourself breathe again and feel where you feel that thing in your body. In your consciousness. It could be somewhere like floating in front of you, or it could be in your gut or in your face. Wherever you feel that, go to that emotion and start to put your attention, your magnifying glass, on that feeling, and see if you can make it bigger and really get curious about it. Bring some compassion to that. Want to know what hurts you so bad about it. And let your intelligence, let your feeling guide you in that. Why is it so painful for you, this aspect of circumcision? And then lean into that feeling. The automatic response may be to not want to feel that, or to push that away, or to try to fix that, but rather than do any of those, actually just start to feel that a little bit more. Let yourself breathe, and no rush, just relax with it. The goal isn't to immediately change it, but to actually start to become comfortable feeling that feeling. See if you can dive more into it with your attention. Go to the center of it, at the core of that feeling, and let yourself become one with that feeling. So it's not like the feeling's over there and you're separate from it, but actually feel one with that pain around circumcision, around whatever aspect of it is upsetting to you. And then just rest with that. Let yourself feel it, be with it. Breathe with it. Continue feeling where it is in your body. See if it moves at all or morphs a little bit. And just letting yourself feel that feeling. It's okay to wish things were different, and to feel sad about it, or angry about it, or whatever you feel. The point is You don't have to change that feeling, you just have to actually experience it all the way. Because when you chase that feeling down and start to experience it, it no longer chases you. You don't feel it when you're least expecting it, when you're trying to sleep or just going about your day. You give that feeling time to actually express itself. So ask yourself again, what else is there around that feeling? What else is there around the aspect of circumcision or aspects of circumcision that upset you the most? What else is upsetting to you about it? What else does some part of you want you to know that you're trying to push away somehow? And let yourself experience that part of it. Let yourself not run away from it, and again, feel that emotion. Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it grief or depression? Envy, rage, or some mixture of those things. Just let yourself really feel that. Often we don't want ourselves to feel hatred or rage or any other negative feelings. It's not acceptable. And that's why part of why they're so toxic is actually because we don't allow ourselves to feel them. When you feel them all the way, you get a chance to actually learn what they're trying to teach you and what wisdom they can offer. But it takes some time to really get familiar with those feelings. So whatever it is that's upsetting to you about circumcision, that you really hate about it, let yourself really experience that. Another image is to just see yourself opening up to that feeling, just letting it totally into you. Imagine yourself opening your body, opening your arms, and just say, "Come in, I'm ready. It's okay. I can feel this." And you can feel it all throughout your body, in your gut and your chest and your face or head, and the whole energy field around you. Let yourself keep on sinking into that and just bringing yourself to that, bringing your desire for healing. And knowing that the feeling of it, being willing to just feel that and just be with that, is the healing. Sometimes you feel yourself going into it more and really feeling that rage or that emotion or that pain. And sometimes you need to just relax back a little bit and be open and just kind of be with it, but not like super inside of the feeling. So you can kind of go back and forth. It's called titrating or pendulating between really feeling that emotion and then just relaxing and kind of being in your body. Just opening your heart. And then feeling that feeling again. Going into that rage or despair, hatred or pain, or whatever it is. It's a painful emotion. Just let yourself feel into that, lean into it. And don't resist it. Feel yourself being that sadness. Be one with that sadness or depression or whatever it is. Let yourself be totally in it. It's okay, and it's more than okay. It's the path to really changing. Just making friends with your pain, making friends with the rage, making friends with all those things that we are taught not to be friends with. Being intimate with them, being close with them, and feeling them all the way through. Not like pushing through, like trying to get somewhere else, but just totally being with it as if there's nothing else, no future, no past, no way to escape it, just there with that feeling in your body, inside of it. Breathing with it. Just being present and just accepting this is here right now. I need to feel this. This has something to offer me. But I can't keep trying to run away from it, or it will just keep knocking at the door. And again, you can just let that go now and just relax. Let all of it go. Let it melt back into your unconscious mind. Just feel where you are now. Feel your body. Where do you notice the sensation is at right now? What kind of feelings do you feel? So you relax with it and just know what you're moving towards. Know why you're doing this. It's okay to want healing. It's okay to, have a clear goal, have a clear vision of where you're going. And it's helpful to have that, to know why this is so important for you, because it really is life-changing. But that can only happen if you're willing to let go of that future for a little bit when you do the exercise and actually just totally be with it. Because that's how healing happens, is being in the moment, feeling what you feel, and not trying to actually change anything. But really just relaxing and being with it. Going into it, and then when you need to, come out and just let it go for a minute. Just relax, just be there. Just enjoy being in your body. And then go back into it and keep on doing that. Could do that all day if you want to. I would highly recommend it, actually. You don't have to have my guidance if you don't want to. I personally actually like doing things on my own, but if you do, you can repeat this video, these exercises, as many times as you want to for free. I'll leave them up here until I come up with something better, because I do want to create a more coherent together program that's kind of beginning to end, clear path. But until then, I really hope this is helping you guys out. I really hope that this is making real change in the world, and that, honestly, my greatest hope is that, if people are really willing to feel their feelings around this issue, it could make it so easy to talk about. That's the hardest part, is just facing what's inside of you. Once you do that, everything else gets easier, and I think things would change like that, honestly. So, I hope it helps you. I hope it helps you in your life. I hope it helps you in your activism, if you're interested in that. I'd love to hear from you guys, as always. Let me know what you think. If you want anything specifically more. If not, it's really truly my pleasure. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for helping me help you. I can't do anything unless you watch these and actually do it. So, yeah. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Peace.